would satisfy her soul.
So one of Epstein's victims just stepped forward and exposed Ellen as a cannibal. According to multiple sources, she was the living bridge between Jeffrey Epstein's elite network and Hollywood's satanic occult core.
Ellen DeGeneres, the disgraced daytime TV queen, has been unmasked as the living bridge between Jeffrey Epstein's elite network and Hollywood's satanic occult core. She didn't just visit the island, she dragged Epstein's inner circle into the abyss, initiating them into the ritual consumption of human flesh as an ancient blood-drenched sacrament.
Worst of all, the victim's words just solved the biggest mystery of all time. Heche, Ellen's former girlfriend's last moments. Turns out that her passing was directly tied to Ellen being a cannibal.
And it makes it so much better. He's such a blessing, and he's my best friend.
Sometimes in life, one small act of kindness is all it takes to change someone's day. When I saw this post,
And it makes it so much better. He's such a blessing, and he's my best friend.
So it all started with one of Epstein's victims stepping up. According to leaked FBI reports, the anonymous victim sat down with the authorities and spilled the beans on what Ellen got up to on the island. Unlike the others, Ellen wasn't just exploiting young people, she was consuming them. And as messed up as it sounds, there's been evidence pointing towards it all along. Take Ellen's weird Oscar speech for one. She did a bit where she brought up pizzas.
and so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes? Mark? All right. Too large? What do you think? I'm going to order some pizza. That's what I'll do.
Now, why is that important? Well, because the word's been used to refer to young people in the Epstein files a number of times. There's one addressed to Jeffrey that reads, "Send pizza to Bobby." Another that goes, "May I bring in your slice of pizza to you? Respectfully, Daphne." And that's not a coincidence.
She does mention pizza a lot. Why does pizza matter? Well, in those files, a lot of people were mentioning Jeffrey Epstein, asking him to order them pizza. When me and you order pizza, I think we call Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's. What should that tell you / make you feel like? All that pizza talk is code word. Now, if I could find a graph of what these code words mean, I'll put them up on the screen, but I think it's weird that Ellen is associated with this pizza code word a lot.
Let's not forget that she mentioned Jeffrey first during the bit. It's almost like she was paying her respects to the man in charge.
And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes?
What's messed up is that Ellen made the reference a number of times on her show as well.
Let's talk about something very controversial. Pizza.
And by Parisianis, you can eat your pizza however you want. You can stand, you can kneel, you can go down on the floor if you want. I don't care, just as long as you pay. You can have a liberal amount of toppings spread out evenly on your pizza, so everyone gets their share.
She even had other celebrities taking part in the bits on her show.
Every time we're with Jennifer, something great happens because she's everybody loves Jennifer. And she'll text me and say, I know something, Wednesday night if you want. I'll be like, come on, we just did that Saturday thing. We don't have to do too.
She likes to. She's busy all the time. I know she's the greatest host, but I'm going to bed at 9. I can't come over. Your thing starts at 8:30. So
yes, she can handle it. She can handle it. And her parties are incredible in her house too.
Yeah, she does have good parties, and she makes good.
Like, why is Jennifer Aniston partying at 8:30 at night?
Pizza as well.
Makes great pizza.
Wonderful pizza. All right,
known each other for years.
Yeah.
You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza.
But the biggest clue so far? It's the set of Ellen's show. Fans noticed that it looks like Epstein's island. Aaron Rodgers pointed it out on the Joe Rogan podcast as well.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show. It's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background. What? Oh, similar. That looks like a building, though.
Safe to say, Ellen was a big part of Epstein's empire. According to the victim, she was using Epstein to fulfill her sick desires. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Apparently, the victim also said that Heche's last moments were directly tied to Ellen being a cannibal. For those of you who don't know, Ellen and Anne got together back in 1997. Now these two were a bigger thing than Ellen and Portia, since gay couples weren't all that common in Hollywood. On the surface, it seemed like these two were head over heels in love with each other. Here's what Ellen had to say about Anne while talking to the Tampa Bay Times back in May 1998. "I met her at the Vanity Fair party. And it was a chemistry thing that you can't really describe. It just happened. Obviously, I was attracted to her, but that wasn't enough. There are a lot of attractive people. She is so unique. However, behind the scenes, Ellen was the controlling girlfriend, and Anne felt suffocated.
Nothing would satisfy her soul.
What was your reaction to the toxic workplace controversy?
I felt that it was in the hands of the people who needed to speak their truth. I hadn't spoken to Ellen in years, and I feel that the stories that need to be listened to are being told. And unfortunately, the abusive environment was something that I understood. What happened was that I was, through the circumstances, shut out from things that I cared about, and in order to make her feel that she was being loved, I would erase those things from my past, such as acting, and replace them with things that I thought would give her a foundation. As we got further and further away from me being able to be in public the way that would please, I began getting further and further away from my friends and my friendships. And one of the things that concerned me very much was that I was beginning to feel shut off and shut down.
She wanted an out desperately, and that right marked the beginning of the end for her. On August 5th, 2002, Anne got behind the wheel of her Mini Cooper and stepped on the gas pedal. According to reports, she was going over 100 miles per hour when she drove straight into a house in the West Los Angeles neighborhood of Mar Vista. The car immediately burst into flames on impact. And worst of all, Anne couldn't get out. She was trapped inside that burning pile of metal for an hour before the firefighters eventually got her out. She was transported to a nearby hospital for emergency treatment. But it had been too late for life-saving measures. Anne went on life support. She fought for a couple of days, but then the doctors declared her brain dead. So they harvested her organs since she was an organ donor and laid her to rest. But this is where the story starts to fall apart. According to a wig shop owner in the neighborhood, Anne stopped by that day, and she looked perfectly fine and not like someone who was thinking about driving their car into a house.
She asked if she could purchase a red wig that was up top, and I said sure. As I bring it down, I tell her that it's not cut or styled. She said she didn't care. She wanted it anyway. It was just so random. I wasn't speaking in cursive. I say that, when people are impaired, they speak in cursive because it's like you're slurring your words. But she wasn't. She was very, very cordial, very personable, very polite. Yeah, like the whole encounter was maybe 10 minutes. So it wasn't huge.
But that's not the part that has everyone confused. Remember how the report said that Anne was trapped inside the car for an hour? Well, considering the time, she would have sustained life-threatening injuries. You wouldn't expect a person to be breathing, let alone moving, when the fire trucks pulled up. But that's where everyone's dead wrong. Cameras caught the exact moment firefighters were wheeling out Anne's body. And guess what? She sat up. It was downright creepy, and importantly, it didn't make sense. Why was Anne wrapped up in a body bag if she was still alive? Here's what one fan wrote. I'm a former ICU nurse who worked on a burn unit. The person climbing out of that body bag had not been sitting in a burning car for any length of time. She was not on oxygen. No IV had been started. There was no evidence of skin damage, no charring, no loss of skin, no movements impaired, no evidence of singed hair or wig damage. Also, the person looked larger than Anne Heche, with wider shoulders. Finally, I have never seen firemen take over the care of a patient from EMT or paramedics. So, what does that say about Anne's last moments? Well, according to the Epstein victim, the whole thing was a cover-up. Turns out Anne had found out the truth about what Ellen got up to away from the public eye, and the truth drove her mad. And so Ellen used her connections to ship her off. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Because shutting down Anne helped Ellen keep the truth under wraps for years. Unfortunately, the cat's out of the bag now, thanks to the victim's statement, and Ellen's got nowhere else to run to. The powerful men she relied on before are long gone, so if the authorities do decide to take legal action, she'll be in deep trouble. The only question is, are more victims going to step forward and confirm the story? And more importantly, is this why Ellen ran away from the country in the first place?